talk about your relationship with Coach Shannon, and obviously he recruited you to UCF, and then when you found out he was going to be here, and kind of how that was for you, I guess.
Our relationship with Coach Shannon, I actually knew him before I started getting recruited for college football in general. So just outside of football, me and Coach Shannon had a very strong relationship. Then when he was at the University of Florida, he was recruiting me there, and then when he went to UCF, me and him kind of connected together there, and just being able to play for him, just building that bond again, and be able to see him every day it was great for me. And now that I entered the transfer portal and I realized he was here and he got the linebacker coach job a few weeks ago, it was a no-brainer.
Brendan Sanone, 247.
Expounding on that, Tatum, what is it about Coach Shannon that makes him someone that you want to play for again?
Coach Shannon, being a college athlete, you deal with the sport you play each and every day, and Coach Shannon is one of those guys that's going to help you off the field better than he helps you, not better, but the same way he helps you on the field. So Coach Shannon is a great dude. He's just a dude that I could count on when I could come to him outside of football if I need help with class, or if I just need help with family-wise, or my car broke down. I know he'd probably be the first one to pull up. So I love Coach Shannon.
Matt Marshall, Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Tatum, good to see you again.
What's up?
Wanted to ask, so can you take us through kind of the process of why you decided to transfer, and what kind of, ultimately, I know obviously Coach Shannon being at Florida State kind of influenced your decision, but maybe why Florida State and the overall big picture?
There's no I wouldn't say there's no really like specific reason on why I transferred. I love UCF. There's nothing wrong with UCF. I don't have anything bad to say about UCF. And when I entered the portal, I chose FSU because I see what this program is going to. I see what Coach Norvell is building, and that was just something I wanted to be a part of.
Chris Nee, 247.
Tatum, would you just kind of describe yourself as a linebacker, what you do, what your strengths are, what you think you bring to the fold?
I feel like I bring the love of the game to the field. Being able to, I'm a vocal leader, so when I'm on the field, I talk a lot. I'm probably the last person to put my mouthpiece in before the play. And just having that high energy and be able to keep my players, I'm a guy that's going to always encourage my players and always worry about everybody else before I worry about myself.
Brendan.
Are you specifically learning the middle linebacker position, the weak side linebacker, both, and is there one that you prefer or think your skill set's better at?
As a linebacker, you have to learn both, so I don't have a specific position that I'm specifically studying at. I just learning both right now.
Ira.
And then, I know you also had a relationship with, Maurice and Kier from high school as well. What's it like just having, I know Kier's gone now, moving on, but just having some familiar faces, and I'm sure you knew some of the other guys from South Florida coming in.
Yeah, having those relationships with those guys are always competitors and always willing to work and not going to let you relax and get lazy. So just being around guys that want to be great the same way and have the same goals as you, that's just some place you want to be at, a place that you want to be.
Matt.
Yeah, what was the transfer portal process like? We talked to a couple of your other players who came into the transfer portal and talked about how at first it was a little chaotic feeling. What was it like for you to go through the process?
Yeah, my first day was kind of chaotic. I'm pretty sure that was for everybody. My phone kept ringing from unknown numbers I didn't know, from people from the West Coast all over the country. So it was a curse and a blessing, being able to get a chance to play across the country, and that was really it.
Perry with the Tomahawk Nation.
Growing up in Miami, you had a relationship, with the Florida State program. You don't have to say if you were a Miami fan, we won't tell on you. But just growing up, what were your impressions of Florida State?
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Growing up and living in Miami, you were always taught to not like Florida State. But that was just not. I didn't really take in much detail into that. It was just something I wanted to do.
Ira.
So, I guess just how hard was that decision to sign with Florida State when, Miami was back in the picture, when you were in the transfer portal? I'm sure growing up, playing for the Hurricanes was probably a big deal back home.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to decide whether I wanted to stay home, but I realized I grind all my life, not just to play at home. I wanted to leave and experience new things and see new things and be able to make decisions on my own and not be around my family so as much. I love my family, but I gotta grow.
Matt?
Tatum, is there anything that you can take from your experience at UCF that you want to maybe share or bring with you to Florida State that can help out some of the younger players?
My experience at UCF is just learning and be vocal and be a leader. I learned that a lot from the guys at UCF and the guys from here. Everybody is just really like they taught me a lot. Just learning, and I'm not a quiet person I'm a quiet person off the field, but when I get on the field, just seeing everybody else and how they're intrigued into the game it just helps everybody.
Ira?
You obviously really very productive, put up a lot of tackles. What's the key to that? Is that athletic ability? Is it film study? Is it just kind of having a feel for the game? Like, what goes into being that productive as a linebacker?
Really, it's everything you said, and really just getting to the ball, to the whistle ends, and just being able to. It's everything you said, to be honest. Film study, just football instincts, being linebacker instincts, knowing what you got to do, knowing the defense inside and out, knowing what the coach plans to do with this certain play. Is just being able to understand it and be comfortable with what you do.
Ira?
Just curious, what other sports you played growing up, and when did you know football was going to be your future?
Other sport I played, I tried playing basketball in middle school, but that didn't work. And I realized football was for me was little league football, and I made MVP in the Super Bowl back-to-back 2 years, consecutive years. So I just thought, like, if I could keep doing this, then I could make something out of it.
Matt?
Tatum, you talked about Randy. He's always like a quiet guy, trying to put the spotlight away from him. What is something about Randy that stands out and makes him a good linebacker coach?
Like I said, off the field, Coach Shannon is a quiet dude, but on the field, he's very loud and he's the leader too. So just being able to follow his lead and understand how he wants things done it's good.
Aslan with Warchat?
Hey, Tatum, you mentioned that things were fine in Orlando, like you were happy at UCF, so I guess, why go in the portal, why pick Florida State? Is this kind of like, your last season, maybe you're going to play football, you want to have fun? Is this a place that you want to change the trajectory of it? I guess what are some of the motivations you have for having selected Florida State?
It's nothing. Florida State has a bunch of guys that are very great athletes, and that's just something I wanted to add on to. And me knowing how Coach Norvell wants the program and how he's building it, that's just something I wanted to be a part of, like I said earlier, and I just feel great about my decision.
Ira?
Have you had a chance yet to kind of build a relationship with the other linebackers? And they have some guys that played a lot last year, but a couple of them are younger even than you. What's that been like getting to know those guys?
Yeah, getting to know those guys, we're all in the same workout group. So, and our racks are right next to each other, so we actually see and talk to each other each and every day. Whenever I have questions, they're always there for me and help me figure it out and stuff like that. So, I'm still building the bond with them, but already I just feel like brothers to me.